Hello, and thank you for choosing to utilize the Ohio Department of Taxation's video tutorials for the Ohio Business Gateway. This tutorial will be assisting you in filing and paying a sales or use tax return. Please note, throughout this tutorial, we will refer to the Ohio Business Gateway as OBG. On OBG's information page, you will see a red box on the right-hand side of the page which states Log in now or create an account. You will need to click on this link to navigate to the OBG webpage for logging into OBG. On the left-hand side of the OBG Electronic Filing Services login page, you will see a section labeled Existing Users. Within this section, there are two fields that must be filled in: username and password. Please remember, these fields are case sensitive and must be entered exactly as they were created. After these fields have been filled in, click on the Login button to navigate to your OBG homepage. If your login was successful, you will now be at the home page for your OBG account. This page is designated by the word Home in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. On the OBG home page, the second functional area displayed is a Start a Service or Transaction. This section has a drop-down menu that houses many options for OBG users. This menu allows users to choose which agency option is best suited for their filing needs at that time. You may notice that the Ohio Department of Taxation has 4 options available in this menu. For this tutorial, we will be selecting the option Ohio Taxation Sales and Use Tax. As this option is selected, OBG populates a list of various options that are available for the user to select from. This list is populated based upon the choice the user made from the drop-down menu. For the option we have chosen, OBG displays a list of various choices that can be selected for sales and use tax. For this tutorial, we will be showing how a UST1 is prepared. We will select the very first option from the list OBG has provided, File and Pay Sales Tax Return, UST1. Once the Select button has been clicked, OBG will navigate to a page that is intended to provide the user with basic information about the option they have selected. We strongly suggest that the user reviews this page carefully. This page will provide insight on payment options, due dates, and system constraints. After this page has been reviewed, the next button can be clicked to proceed with beginning the preparation of the UST1 sales tax return. The first step in preparing a UST1 is selecting how you wish to input the information that is necessary to complete your return. 3 options are provided to the user: data entry, full UST1 upload, and county data file upload. For our tutorial, we will be selecting the data entry option. This option is used by a majority of OBG users. The remaining 2 options are more often utilized by larger businesses who must report for a large number of counties. To continue preparing the UST1, the user must make sure the radio button for data entry is chosen and click on the next button. On this page, the user has multiple fields they must complete before they can move forward in the preparation process. These fields are denoted by a red asterisk. The first field is Account. A drop-down menu is provided so that the user can select the appropriate account number that they wish to file for. A button for Add Account is provided if the desired account number is not available in the drop-down menu. You may view the video tutorial for account maintenance for additional assistance in adding an account number if necessary. After the account number has been selected, the next field which must be addressed is Cancel Vendor's License. OBG defaults this field to No. It will stay that way unless the user manually selects the Yes option. The Yes option should only be chosen if the user wishes to close their vendor's license because they will no longer be doing business and remitting sales tax. The third field which must be populated is Reporting Period. OBG provides a drop-down menu which houses multiple filing periods the user can select from. If they do not see their period, the user can select the option to Show All Periods to force OBG to display the period they need to select. The final field, which must be addressed, is Return Type. This allows the user to select whether the return they will be submitting is an original return or an amended return. OBG defaults this field to Original. After all fields have been completed on this page, click the Next button to continue. On the next page, the user must begin inputting their sales tax figures. OBG provides the county name, county number, and tax rate for each county the user has added. The user is required to manually input the taxable sales and taxable liability for each county they have chosen to report. Please note, OBG does not calculate the taxable liability. The user must make sure their figures are accurate before they input them into the system. OBG will not allow a user to underreport their tax liability. Once the user has input their figures, they have two options to select from. If the user wishes to save their work up to this point, there is a Save button available. This option may be beneficial for those users who need to complete their work at a later time. If this option is selected, the return will be placed in a saved status on the home page under Transactions in Progress and can be finished at a later time by clicking on the Resume button. If the user wishes to proceed with preparing the UST1, they can click on the Next button. OBG will then navigate to a page where the user is required to manually input figures into multiple fields. These fields include gross sales, exempt sales, and sales upon which tax was paid to the Clerk of Courts. OBG will automatically calculate the net taxable sales as the user inputs their gross sales and exempt sales. Additionally, OBG will pre-populate the reportable sales and taxable liability based upon the figures entered by the user on the previous page. A user should only input figures for accelerated payments if they are required to do so by the Department of Taxation. If you have questions regarding these fields, please contact the Taxpayer Services Division at the Ohio Department of Taxation. Once all the figures have been entered, click the Next button to move forward. This page allows the user to review all the information they have entered up to this point. Additionally, this page will display any discounts or penalties based upon when the user is filing their return. A timely filed return will allow the user a discount, and a late filed return will add applicable late filing fees and interest. If the user discovers any mistakes, they can use the Back button to revisit prior pages to make any necessary adjustments. If the user feels that everything is accurate, they will click on the Accept Data button to continue. The user must now select how they wish to pay for the amount of tax that is due on their return. This page has 4 steps that must be completed before the user can lock in their payment selections. In step 1, the user must choose how they would like to pay. There are 3 options for this step. The first option indicates the user wishes to pay via OBG as they check out. This option is recommended to ensure a timely payment. The second option indicates the user will make a payment, but not through OBG. This method can include mailed payments as well as payments made through the state's EFT department. The final option in step 1 indicates that the user will be filing their return while making no payment. For this tutorial, we will be selecting the first option, paying online via OBG as we check out. In step 2, the user must specify when they would like their payment to be processed. Users have 2 options in this step. A user can choose to make a payment immediately as soon as they check out, or defer their payment up to the due date for the return they are filing. The option to defer a payment is only available if the user is filing a timely return. For this tutorial, we will be selecting the first option, making an immediate payment during checkout. In step 3, the user must specify which payment method they wish to use. On OBG, users can choose to pay ACH debit or electronic check, or pay via credit card. If a user selects to pay via ACH debit electronic check, this method is free of charge. If a user selects to pay via credit card, they will incur a 2.5% processing fee from Official Payments, a third-party processing company. This fee is in addition to the tax they may have due. Furthermore, OBG does not accept Visa payments at this time. For this tutorial, we will be selecting the option to pay via ACH debit. In step 4, the user is able to specify how much they wish to pay when they complete their checkout process. After all steps have been completed, the user must click on the Accept My Payment Selections button to lock in their choices. If the user wishes to come back at a later time to complete their payment selection, they can click on the button labeled Decide My Payment Selections later. For this tutorial, we will choose to accept our payment selections. OBG will now navigate back to the home page. On the home page, the 4th functional area labeled Transactions Ready for Checkout, Ready to File and Pay now displays the return the user was preparing. If a return is displayed in this area, it means the user has finished inputting the necessary figures for their return, has locked in their payment selections, and is now ready to submit their return and make any necessary payments. Please see the video tutorial for filing and paying a UST1 sales tax return for additional assistance in transmitting a return and payment. This concludes the tutorial for preparing a UST1 sales tax return. Thank you.